this time.
I reckon we got it.
Yeah, last time we did pretty well. I mean, I was honestly quite surprised that we did that well.
Yeah, same.
All right, let me share the link with everyone in Discord. Give me 1 sec.
I think I'm going to try to connect to my phone. Is that possible?
Okay. Yeah, you can use the link and you can use your phone. That's fine.
Let me...
Yeah, go for it. Let me just post this in Discord and then, yeah. All right. Are you still here, Sophie, or are you? Maybe she's not. All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. I got some references. I'm gonna model it instead.
Yep. All right, cool. Cool. Is it gonna take you a lot of time or not? Not really.
Not too much, but I won't model a full funfair. I'll just do a Ferris wheel.
Cool. Are you back, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful.
So how are you today?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. A little tired, but I guess that's kind of just part of being in crypto.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Like before you joined us, right? We were Cole and I were just having a little chat, and he was just saying the same. Like he's feeling a little bit tired today, and I'm like, "Fuck me." I mean, yeah.
You know, it's
just one of those things, eh?
Yeah, it just comes with the game. You know, you're up late, up early. You know, answering people, doing other things, making memes. Right, fun never ends.
Yeah, true. So yeah, maybe we can properly start a live stream, and perhaps you want to introduce yourself, because you've been in the space for quite a while. You're a Pochi Penguin holder, and now you're part of the Abstract chain team, hosting a bunch of community events and dealing with the community side of things. And as you guys know, we recently announced our partnership with Abstract that we're going to be building there, like Plooshies Island. The upcoming token is coming there. The upcoming NFT mint as well. The houses and apartments. And overall, we're just very excited, right? And the community as well, very excited. And well, you guys were very, very nice with our community by giving them the elite chat role. I know that some of our community members were, kind of quote unquote grinding that Discord to get that role. So yeah, it was a pleasant surprise for a bunch of our community members. But yeah, with that being said, welcome, Sophie. It's a pleasure to have you here. We've known each other for quite some time, but we've never had the opportunity to kind of chat like one-on-one. We've done that for the past few weeks. So yeah, welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's I've been a penguin for quite some time now, and I remember even like in the early days, Victor was making these cute animations and stories, and I got this mango popsicle NFT from one of those early animations he was making.
I
met with him a couple of months back. I think it was NFT NYC, and he's telling me about this Plooshies idea. And I was like, hell yeah, keep going, right on.
So that was back in 2022, right? Like NFT NYC 2022 or 23?
I think it was this one.
This one, right?
Yeah, they all kind of start to blend together. I've been to I think 3 or 4 of the NFT NYCs. You meet a lot of great people. I think that's part of the fun of doing this. Even being a penguin was one thing, but ever since I started working with Abstract, I'm getting introduced to a myriad of different people, and it's kind of really a cool position to be in.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, because you've been part of the ecosystem, the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, since 2021, right? Since the cold days.
Yeah, I was. I think
so
I
pretty
joined
much
maybe.
consider one of the OG Pudgy Penguins, right? Which is pretty dope, and that's how you know about Victor the Viking creating these animations with the penguins and some of the holders, which is pretty dope. I didn't know that, right? Because I wasn't part of the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem. Up until Victor really told me about that, right? Like Victor and Penelope, both working on those animations, creating this character of Victor the Viking, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much like I've been a penguin for as long as I can remember. I don't think I was really too deeply involved in crypto or Twitter beforehand. I had some coins that I bought and things like that, and I would be on Twitter, but I was mostly kind of just a lurker. And it wasn't until I put the penguin on that I kind of just started yapping a little bit more and started making memes.
Okay.
Fast forward 3 years, like you make enough penguin memes, and here we are today. So
yeah, nice. So would you say that's one of kind of like your main things, right? Like creating the memes and kind of like bringing those together, right? Like the Pudgy Penguins IP with a bunch of the memes. It's a cultural thing. Like you can bring together with the IP.
Yeah, and I think I'm more of I think I'm mostly a community guy. I'm not a dev. I'm not a whale. I'm not like a super early crypto guy. Kind of just my favorite part about the penguins is their vibe and everything. And I think we're trying to, penguins are such a great community. It's something that we're trying to bring over into Abstract. Is kind of some of the same strengths of that penguin community. Which is kind of why when we're thinking about bringing in collections, Plooshies was kind of like a no-brainer. You guys, between the cute IP and you guys are having fun and building cool things, and I think that's part of what makes the people in crypto so special. Is being here and having fun.
100%.
I know it's a very serious industry, but if you take it too seriously, it's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of people, coming and leaving the space because they pretty much burn out, right?
Yeah.
It can get pretty hectic, but once you keep the fun and have people like yourself, like building community, building those relationships, I think that's pretty important. And one of the things that I want to mention though, like you're right, like being part of the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, right? Like either repping the Pudgy Penguin PFP or just being part of the community or simply supporting the community, right? It can open so many doors for you. And that's one of the things that we've seen, with the Plooshies, ever since we minted the project, right? Like because of that kind of like background of Victor and Penelope being Victor the Viking as the Pudgy Penguin, and building connections and building that network and just creating really cool stuff. You get that support from the community, and we've seen it, right? Like a bunch of the Plooshies holders are holding Pudgy Penguins as well. And
Right.
we every time that I get to speak about the Plooshies with other communities or with friends and stuff, like I will always bring that support from the Pudgy Penguins. And you can see that not just with the Plooshies, right? Like when the Penguins, when the huddle sees something that really caught their attention and they think it's pretty cool, pretty dope, they just want to support it in one way or another. And we're just very lucky that way when we got that DM from Lucas saying that we should be building an abstract, right? That
Well,
was
I was going to ask, what are some of the main reasons you guys decided to build on Abstract? I mean, there's plenty of other chains out there.
You're right. When obviously the plan of building Plooshy Island and bringing the upcoming token and the houses and apartment NFTs, we always knew that we couldn't bring that on mainnet, mostly due to gas fees and such, right? So we were just thinking, okay, which L2 will make the most sense for us, considering this consumer crypto narrative, and that we want to keep expanding the brand with so many other stuff that we are doing. We had combos with different and multiple L2s. We're still having combos with them, right? Because they're genuinely interested in what we're building. It was having these internal combos with the team and combos with other L2s and kind of like deciding where we should be going, right? When we got that DM from Luca, like I still remember, right? Like Victor and I, we saw that DM and we were like immediately jumping on a call, right? Like we need to talk about this. Does this really make sense for the Plooshies to keep expanding the brand awareness, and everything that you guys have been doing with the Pudgy Penguins and what you want to bring with Abstract, right? So we have that internal combo, and then we set up a call with Luca. We had multiple calls with them, and we were just fully convinced that this was the right move for the Plooshies with everything that we are doing and everything that you're doing. It aligns perfectly well. And I think one of the things that really motivated us to build on Abstract is having that opportunity to have those combos with Luca and his network and everyone that is pretty much building on Abstract, that we can gain access to that too and help us get to where we really want to get, with the upcoming game, with the token, with the NFTs, pretty much with the IP, right? Everything related as well with merch and toys and plushies, etc. It just made perfect sense for us. Like, especially that having that, close connection with the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem and with Luca and the rest of the team. It was a no-brainer. Like, honestly, just a no-brainer.
You mentioned the IP, and as Abstract is a consumer-centric brand, and everyone knows although Abstract isn't Penguin Chain, you're getting some of the Penguin products like Pudgy World being built on top of Abstract, and I think the Plooshies, just like the art itself, is very kind of consumer-friendly. I think there's a lot of collections out there that, might not be so easy to get a widespread audience to love, for one reason or another. But, there's something about those cute little Plooshies that, they got a little magic to them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the things that when, we were creating the Plooshies IP and going with multiple different animals, right? Because there's 11 different animals in our collection, whereas so many collections just choose to go with one animal, right? Whether that be, for instance, the Pudgy Penguins, right? We always need we can have multiple animals because we are building the lore around these Plooshies. People like different colors, flavors, animals whatever you want to call it, right? And they can identify with them, whether you're a kid, a teenager, a young adult, even a grown-up person as well, right? Like, we truly believe in this kind of cute investment thesis, where cuteness will always stand the test of time. And you can see that with multiple IPs, whether that be in Web 2 or Web 3, right? Like, a lot of them are making noise, including the Apache Penguins. Recently, we've seen, the Doodles making a lot of noise, Claynosaurus making a lot of noise. So we just kind of fit into that narrative pretty well. And we just wanted to bring something special in 3D, particularly, right? Because, I mean, we have someone, a god-like called part of the team, creating magic out of nowhere. And also we have the main 3D artist, Godwin, who's pretty fucking goated as well. And because, I mean, you've been in the space for quite some time, at least in the NFT space, let's say 2021. And I don't know if you remember, but there were a bunch of 3D collections launched in 2021 that ultimately they kind of had poor project management. They rot their community, even if they had royalties, right? But they didn't do much with that, and it had a really bad reputation in the space, right? Like, when you see something in 3D back in 21 or early 2022, and you see something being released in 3D, like, immediately you would be like, oh shit, here we go again, right?
Right.
But we really wanted to change that narrative, like, with 3D, like, even, I mean, scaling 3D as well, it's a bit more difficult than 2D, but we just wanted to bring that. And obviously having Godwin and Cole as being the 3D artist, it makes perfect sense for the IP.
It's funny, I got a lot of those 2021, let's call them relics, sitting in my wallet or sitting in my hidden folder somewhere.
Oh, dude, I have a bunch of those in, like, other wallets that I don't want to see them anymore, right?
It's all right. It's it was a fun time to be a part of, and I'm hoping to see, kind of a revitalization of these NFTs, and because there's a lot of cool projects still out there building cool stuff.
I agree.
And I don't think that something like NFT sticks around for as long as it does, and kind of disappears. So I'm hoping to see kind of things revitalize themselves here as this upcoming bull run that we're anticipating. Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to ask you, right, because it's really interesting how we got onboarded into Abstract, right? We decided how to build an Abstract, and being very close with Luca and blah blah blah, right? But you being part of the Abstract team, right? When you get approached by multiple projects that perhaps are interested in building an Abstract for one way or another, right? They will have their reasons, right? How do you, as a team, assess if a team fits perfectly well with the vision for Abstract?
That's a great question. And being on more of the community side, what I kind of do is I just we have a type form, right? That if you're looking to build on Abstract, you could submit the form and kind of get at least documented on their radar as like, hey, this person is, or this project is interested. Where I think that's more of a ecosystem question. Where someone tells me, hey, I want to build on the project, I'm not really deciding on whether or not they can. I also think that, like, if you want to build on Abstract, you can. There's a guy, he's also a penguin. His name's Chris. He's building Ghost Logs XYZ.
Oh yes, yes.
He just took it upon himself and said, hey, I'm gonna build on Abstract. He didn't need a special invitation or anything like that, and I think that was that was really cool. So some people take the initiative. There's a lot of people who I guess are submitting this form. There's got to be hundreds of thousands, if not thousands, that have submitted, and trying to see where they can fit in. And I think it kind of has to align with their consumer crypto thesis. They put out this really wonderful blog maybe 2 weeks ago. It's about 2 weeks ago on what is consumer crypto and kind of the different phases in which they see consumer crypto taking off. You know,
Yeah.
I know in some of the AMAs they've mentioned that they want to have fun products.
Yeah.
And things that can go viral and sort of break into mass. Like that's like the big thing here is they want to breaking into mainstream is big, right? So they're not looking for the next DeFi Ponzi protocol, or if you want to build that, right, it's crypto, it's open, you can build whatever you'd like to on chain. But I think that they had mentioned a little while back that they're kind of working on this incubator thing. And I don't know any of the details about it, right? Like I'm a community guy, right? So I kind of stay focused on community and keeping the vibes up and creating fun things for people to do.
Yeah.
But like if you sit into the AMAs, or you read some of the blogs and stuff that they put out, I think you can get a lot of good information as to kind of what it is we're trying to build here, where it's headed, and how we think we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So I think that if that's probably a good place to start. If you are building something, or you are looking to build something, there's a bunch of other chains out there. But I think if you've seen what this team was able to do with penguins, and kind of and making that appeal to such a large audience,
Right.
I'm excited to see where like the next phase of evolution goes too.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are excited about that, right? Like precisely that. Like they've seen the success with Pacha Penguins and Luca at the very top with the team as well. Being able to, pretty much everyone's talking about the Penguins, not just in Web3, but in Web2. They nailed it perfectly, right? So now being able to, onboard the people who are building Frame, we know Saigar, for instance, right? Like this, it's just like this combo, right? Like it's a bullish combo. With Luca and the team, with the Pacha Penguins, with Igloo Inc. and Saigar and the team that were building Frame, and they just this acquisition. I think that's pretty dope, and people are very, very excited. And from your side, like from you can look at from the outside perspective, right? Like so many people who are kind of interested in, okay, I want to see what Abstract will bring, right? Because like you said, there's multiple L2s. There's just kind of this dilution with so many L2s at the moment, right? But I think people are just kind of waiting to see what this powerhouse can bring to the industry, and
I don't spend too much time kind of diving deeply into what everyone else is doing, right? I like to stay focused on on what I can do and the things in front of me. But one thing that I've noticed is that we're trying to be community centric by part of bringing in the Plooshies, and we brought in the Sappy Seals, is having a strong like crypto native core community here.
Yep.
Which I think is very important, especially as you're trying to reach a global expansion, right? Because a lot of what makes crypto so special is the people that are here and the people who are building these things every day, day in and day out. So like you said, there's Saigar, there's Beans, there's a lot of crypto native people, not only building here but also kind of just in the community and such. So that's one thing that's got me excited, is both the community and the culture that's at Abstract.
Yeah, 100%. And you were mentioning these AMAs. These AMAs are in your Discord, right? In the Abstract Discord. Like, how often do you guys do these AMAs?
They are slotted for every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right. So every other week, they get held on Sundays.
Sundays, right?
So Luke has been over in Asia. doing the Asia tour, and they put on a couple of good events, and it's been cool to see everything that's happening on the timeline. Kind of afar, I have a lot of Asia FOMO right now.
I know.
But
Trust me, yeah.
so I think for the past week or two, we've kind of delayed those, but when they return, we're going to kick those back up again, I believe. And what's cool about those AMAs is they're going to be gated. They like community gated, right? So like if you do a space on Twitter, you get everyone who comes in there. And these AMAs are supposed to be more kind of like for the community, where you got to be a part of it, right? Like I know there was thoughts of kind of even gating it for the elite chads and giga chads.
Gotcha.
So it allows for a little bit more intimate of a discussion, and you get to really get an insight as to what's happening or what's to come, and kind of keeping up to date and staying up to date with what goes on, because it's crypto and things are it's fast paced, things change a lot, right? So it's always good to keep your finger on the pulse, and I think something like that is a good way to do so.
Yeah, and you were mentioning two different roles, right? The elite chat role, and then you have the giga chat. What can you tell me about these roles? Like, I feel like now some people know, right, that one way to get those roles, at least the first one, which would be the elite chat role, is whether if you're holding a plushie, you will automatically get that role if you go to the Discord and verify your NFTs. Same with the Sappy Seals, but you're also been giving these roles to certain community members. And then there's another big step for you to kind of rank up from the elite to the giga chat. How does that look like? How does someone could get the giga chat role or the elite chat role, like starting from the very beginning?
So if you go to our Discord, there's a rank up page that sort of lays out kind of what we're looking for there. Now, being a NFT holder, such as one of these collections that we're inviting in, if you're an NFT holder, there's a good chance that you got some good crypto native knowledge to you. You know how to interact with contracts. You know how to be safe on chain and things like that, right? Where you're not a complete newbie to crypto, and kind of as it's a weird paradox, because you're trying to build, to onboard billions, and we're the part of the kind of draw is the user experience and making it simple and sort of abstracting away those complexities of the blockchain that you as a normal crypto user, you don't mind interacting with MetaMask and things like that, but if you have normie friends, it's a lot of steps for them. It's kind of a high technical bar of entry. So being in these NFT collections, or just being able to show that you understand what crypto is and sort of the culture and what we're trying to build, that is a good way to get the elite chat role.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's and there's no real cut. There's no. We try to take a deeper approach to contributing here, right? It's we try not to have it so it's like, if you do XYZ, you get this, right? We don't want it to be so kind of transactional, where if you've got skills in one area, you got certain interests, then you build and you form community, and you take this seriously. Like, yeah, that can land you an elite chat role. Giga Chad, that is the higher of the two roles in our native ranking system. And in order to be a Giga Chad, you really got to go above and beyond. For example, we got this one guy, Mad Hatter, and he was able to take some of the abstract examples that the dev team had put on GitHub, and he essentially was able to make his own like gasless NFT minting website.
Wow.
Which it took him. He didn't have any coding experience beforehand, but he knew kind of technical aspects of the blockchain, and from going from zero coding knowledge to within 2 weeks having this website spun up like to be functional, and
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that is type of like Giga Chad behavior where it's
yeah.
there's
Giga Chad behavior.
right, like you really got to kind of be able to flex out there and show why you're able to do such a thing, right? There's even I think we ranked up there's this one guy, Leland makes these wonderful memes for the community. And what memes, if there's memes, everybody makes memes, but to be able to capture not only the community but culture within those memes, and to do it consistently and showing up, often, I think that's also very special, right? So like, there's many ways that you can do it, and I'm not in the business of telling people what to do, where a lot of it you got to take your own initiative and
that's what I was gonna say. I think what I can take from you right now is that take that initiative, right? Like go above and beyond and try to do something with the stuff that you guys have provided to the community already. And then you can see people like, you were mentioning Matt Hatter, like that's very impressive, zero coding experience. And then he was able to create this website where you can, mint NFTs, pretty much gasless and such. And then this other guy creating memes. If you're listening to these guys and if you're aiming to get from elite to Giga Chad, like you heard it here first, just take initiative, right? Like there's so many things that you can bring to the community and to the ecosystem, and most likely you will get that role.
And just kind of further on that, right? So early on, Luca had mentioned that there's 3 moats to abstract, and that's community, content, and distribution. So content heavy, anything content heavy is certainly something that we're looking for. If you're a threader or a podcaster, right? Like, it depends on what your skills are, but like content is important.
Content is king, pretty much.
Yeah. There's also some other things like building sub-communities, holding IRL events. Basically, if you got some skills other than kind of just looking for a task and then saying, hey, I clicked a few buttons, I'm done. That kind of thing is not going to get you very far here. We try to really embody the like a builder and community ethos, and growing together and supporting one another. So I know it's not a direct answer, but
it gives a clear idea of what you should be doing, right? Like if you're aiming for those roles, because I guess you guys have hinted a little bit on I don't want to say it, but let's say quote unquote utility of these roles within the Discord and within the abstract ecosystem. I don't know if you're allowed to say a little bit more about that, like why should people be aiming to get these roles, whether to just wait and see what's going to happen with the with abstract.
For the sake of being diplomatic, there's a lot of things that I don't even know, right? Like I'm a community guy, I am not there's some information I don't know, right? Like I don't get told things I don't, so I kind of just know what my job is and what my role is, and I focus on that. So like what I can tell you is like, we want people who want to be here, who want to be, who want to be in the crypto space and, are looking to build things and looking to, build community. I think that's kind of part of what makes these other, collections in Web3 and other people in Web3 important is, there's nothing saying that you have to be here. The people who are building cool things are here by choice because they want to be.
Correct.
And I think that's an important part of the type of community members that we're looking for here.
And from a community standpoint, you yourself being a community guy, who else is helping you in that, like building the community, keeping them, like happy, I suppose, entertained, bringing a bunch of different activities, and whether that be Discord or on X or other activations, I suppose. Who's helping you with that?
There's a team. There's some mods in the Discord and some other team members. Hedgewin's one of them. He's amazing.
Shout out to Hedgewin, by the way. Absolutely.
Yeah, he one of my favorite people. He's a pleasure to work with. There's a handful of people on the community side of the team, but there's I guess there's many layers as to something like a blockchain doesn't get built with a handful of people, right? It takes a team, it takes a village. You'll see even on the Abstract account, sometimes they will highlight new hires. They got these two great. I'm more community memes, and developers and stuff are also part of the community. But there's like a DevRel team, right? And they've been putting out some YouTube videos of Jared Watts. If you haven't seen Jared's content, I would highly recommend going to watch it. He takes a lot of the more complex aspects of what Abstract is and what they're building, and kind of breaks them down into more digestible format for maybe some folks who aren't so technologically inclined. And I think there's even some. I think they're working on Spanish versions as well. No, go ahead.
You putting that directly on the new Abstract YouTube account, correct?
Yes, that goes. You could find it there. You can find it under. I think it's Abstract Chain. I don't know how to. I don't know how to send links, and I don't want to jump out of the kind of browser that I'm in.
We can post the link directly on the comment section, I suppose.
So there's both the YouTube account, like the Abstract YouTube account, and then the two DevRel folks are Jared Watts and April.
She's one of the latest additions to the team, right?
Yes.
I think I remember seeing that you guys posted that on either the Abstract ecosystem or the Abstract chain.
So I would definitely follow them, subscribe, and keep up to date with their posts, as they got some really cool content that they're rolling out. And it helps me understand it. I'm here every day, and I still watch their videos to try to get a deeper understanding. Because there is a lot going on and it is complex. So it's nice to have those sort of, let's call it a grapevine, to help, kind of more the low IQ folks like myself understand these difficult, processes.
Yeah, I was gonna say gigabrains.
That's a good word for it. Gigabrains.
Explain that to us commoners who are not pretty well, we don't really know much about these technicalities. So that's it helps a lot, right? Because it's not easy building an entire L2. There's so many complexities linked to that. So having people explaining that, like if I'm a fucking 3-year-old,
right?
That helps a lot. Sure.
And like I've interacted with a couple of the like the Mint site that I was explaining before. Part of what Abstract is doing is they're making that user experience simpler, right? So when you use the products, it doesn't it abstracts away all those technical aspects, so you don't see it as a user, and you might not even know it exists. So to listen to these videos and even on the Abstract blog, like if you go to abs.xyz, they've got Jared's been putting out some kind of like technical blogs on that site as well, and I think that's another good like resource. Right, because there's a lot going on under the hood there that you just click a button and within a few seconds it's like, okay, done. But like there's a lot that has to happen in order for that simple user interface to actually function.
Yeah, of course. And I think when you guys announced AGW, right, the Abstract Global Wallet, even Luca himself has said that this is going to be pivotal for the ecosystem. I think people are very excited to see that, how that's going to play out. I think there's already some documents where you can sort of like start playing out with that, testnet and such. And we're also quite excited about that, right? Because we also want to make that onboarding experience to Plooshies Island very, very simple, right? Like, obviously we're gonna integrate AGW at some point before we release Plooshies Island. But maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
AGW. They're building a wallet. Luke had mentioned. I don't know where it was. He does a lot of these chats. But he had mentioned sort of that. As crypto progresses. The idea of downloading a browser extension to interact with X number of chains. Like I don't know how many wallets you have, but the amount of the amount of
wallets. Not just I feel like we don't just have the typical like MetaMask, but we're also interacting with Solana, and perhaps you're using Phantom, perhaps you're with Bitcoin and Ordinals, and then you have Unisat, and maybe you have other wallets as well, right? Like there's too many out there that you really need to download this extension. But then this other kind of security layer that you need to add when you're interacting with the blockchain, right? Like you don't really know if you're gonna get scammed, and then you need to download another extension to keep you safe, right? Because these wallets, they even if they kind of tell you, hey, do not interact with this shit, you're gonna get wrecked. It's not very friendly, like user friendly. If you're a noob, right? Like if you don't really know much about these things, so then you need to download so many things just for you to be safe and to interact with the blockchain, right? So I feel like the idea of putting it all together with Abstract Global Wallet and making it as simple as possible, where you don't really know that you're interacting with the blockchain. I think that's pretty dope. I think that's something that we've seen in the past, right? Like Privy has done that, so many others too. But I think the take that they're doing, right, with Abstract Global Wallet can really make a big difference, especially when you're building your L2.
Right. So Luca had made the point that essentially blockchains are going to need to own their wallets. And the Abstract Global Wallet, right? Like it's supposed to be easily integratable, cohesive, secure. You'll be able to create a wallet with an email or socials or a passkey. And kind of when I go through Web2 experiences, right? Let's say I'm shopping online, or I've got a couple different favorite websites. Every time I go to a website, I've got to create a new account. I have to keep inputting my data. And then like my inbox is now filled. My email inbox is now filled with all of these different accounts and all these different newsletters. Where being able to take your wallet to these to these different sites, I think is a really cool feature.
Oh wait, Victor. Sorry about that, Victor. I think you're a little bit too loud. But welcome, sir.
Hi, Victor.
Are you there? I think. Look, sorry to interrupt you, Sasi, but he's watching the game. I'm even wearing the shirt, Borussia Dortmund, Champions League and such. And he did tell me that he was gonna try to make it to our live stream, but maybe he's just having some issues at the moment. It should be halftime. Let me just check. But yeah, Victor, are you there? Maybe not. But yeah, sorry about that. So carry on.
No, you're fine. You had mentioned Privy, and right. So like there are at a high level, there's two parts to the AGW wallet. One is this embedded wallet signer by Privy, and the other is a smart contract wallet, which if you read a little bit of Saigar's tweets, he goes into the difference between like an EOA wallet and a smart contract wallet. So it's an interesting difference there. I'm very excited about the wallet as well. I've got far too many of them, and I would love to have one that kind of simplifies things a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I guess, we'll see. We'll find out very, very soon. Do you have any idea when are they planning to, go from testnet to mainnet? Has that been discussed in past AMAs, or do you have any info about that?
From what I've read, what I think is out there, they'd mentioned sometime in Q4. So later this year. I don't know exact dates. I don't, I'm not sure about that. But based on what has been publicly mentioned, I think it's
somewhere
they're plugging Q4 later this year. So kind of just keeping an eye out on things, and again, a good way to keep your finger on the pulse is by showing up every day. So we'll see how that plays out, and I'm excited. There's been a lot of talk about like some cool things that they're anticipating building. I personally, aside from working with Abstract, I'm excited to use some of to see something like Pudgy World, and just excited to see some of these things roll out. So
I think
exciting times ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the, again, right, like kind of like from an NASA perspective, and kind of like being very excited that Abstract can be this sort of hub for so many really cool stuff that's being built, right? Because you're gonna have a bunch of different things in one place, right? Like you were mentioning, Portugal will be there. You will have Plooshies Island being built there, and so many other stuff related to kind of like the same stuff, whether that be in the gaming sector, the NFT sector, and there will come some stuff related to DeFi and a bunch of other things just in one place. And knowing that the reach that the Pudgy Penguins had and the vision for Abstract, so many eyes will be there, right? Interacting with so many different cool stuff, just to have fun, right? I think that's very, very cool, very exciting. And personally, I can't wait, right? Like being able to, even you guys, right? Like as part of the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem, and obviously being more attached to what Pudgy World is and what they're building, but also, because you guys have been very supportive of us, being able to have fun as well on Plooshies Island.
Yeah.
Like interact with Plooshies and, see your IP as well on Plooshies Island with everything that we've built. You guys seen, whether that be the cinematic trailer or the in-game trailer. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Can't wait for that. But yeah, before we quickly continue, I just want to kind of reset the room, and I want to pass it on to Cole perhaps you, Cole, can explain to all of us what you've been cooking so far. We can see a Ferris wheel and some roller coasters, but what's the general idea of what you're building today?
Some sort of theme park carnival type thing, yeah. So
Okay.
just finished the Ferris wheel. That was pretty good speed, I think.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Every
So
single
shaping up
time,
a bit.
like, yeah, it's like every single time, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if this is the first time that you've seen this live stream, but this guy, he's so good, eh? But yeah, what else are you planning to bring to the whole scene? What's the idea?
I'm gonna texture it, and then we'll add some seals and penguins looking over these things, whatever they're called. Little
How
couch.
fun! Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is my first time watching one of these streams, but you know, I've seen Cole's work. I think we're in the like a pudgy meme chat together, and he's always got these really cool 3D works.
Yeah.
To me it fascinates me because my meme style and my creation is they're poorly drawn comics, if you will. So to be able to to watch something like this, I'm just fascinated how it even comes together. So it is really cool to watch.
Yeah, dude, we've been doing this for like almost a year, right? Cool. Not like live streams on X, right? But the idea of creating custom artwork for plushie holders.
Yeah, over, you know.
Do. Yeah, because it's kind of like our idea of kind of like plushify a bunch of stuff, right? Because we know that even in our community, right, some people are repping other PFPs, but they might be holding plushies. So the idea, like the original idea was, okay, so perhaps someone who's holding a pudgy penguin, right? It's going to be very hard for them to change the PFP from a pudgy penguin to a plushie, right? But maybe what Cole can do is kind of like plushify that whole thing, and with their plushie, he can integrate their pudgy penguin traits and with other collections, right? So we've been doing that for quite some time. It went pretty well. Like the community was very happy. We're just kind of like this, right? Chilling, vibing, talking about anything really. And then some other community member, he was like, you know what? Maybe we should bring this to X and YouTube and kind of let people know who we are, right? Like they can see the Plooshies brand, but also it's pretty cool that people get to connect with the people behind the project. So yeah, we decided to do that, and it's been fun. And we're kind of evolving this whole thing that we tend to bring people who to our live streams, right? So we can just have a casual combo, and then it's pretty, it's remarkable to see these things being built out of nowhere. Whilst having fun, right? And just catching up, having a combo and whatnot. So yeah.
So I did want to ask you a question because you had mentioned before that there was a couple of Plooshies who were they were in the Abstract Discord, and I remember seeing them, and they're chatting about what's going on with Plooshie, and I think Discord's a great place to kind of interact with people and get some good information, good accurate information about projects. Like Twitter's okay. A lot of it is more for engagement. So sometimes I think it gets a little muddy, but I was sitting in our Abstract Discord, and I don't know if it was Trading Joker or if it was like Ravishing Rob. I don't really remember his name, but I think he has
maybe
Fox.
You know what? Maybe you actually met Rob at NFT NYC.
I might have.
Earlier this year.
I do remember going to a baseball game with Victor, and he had a friend with him. And
but maybe that was the videographer Ty.
Okay.
But I don't know if you went to one of the kind of side events hosted by the Plooshies. There was one party where the two mascots were there, right? So it was Penelope, which is the red panda, and Victor, which is the greyhound dog. And Rob was one of those mascots. He was wearing the costume. And then
that's actually so funny because I was there. It was
okay.
It was sort of in the afternoon, and it was at a ping pong place.
Yes.
and I've got pictures on my phone of those two mascots kind of in the ping pong place, going around and having fun. So it's funny to see it kind of come full circle. And
dude, yeah.
but yeah, they were a hit. Those things, they were a hit.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Where did you guys come up with the names Penelope and? Oh, I'm sorry. Before I get into that, I was on Trading Joker and the Ravishing Guy, and they were they were talking about kind of like a social activation you guys have going on at Plooshies now. Can you tell me a little bit more about? Because sometimes the chat moves fast, and I don't get to interact with everyone. There's however many people trying to ping me and whatnot. So I do remember seeing something about it. What's that about?
Yeah, so before jumping on that, I just want to quickly say shout out to Trading Joker and Rob. And I love to see that, right? Because us team members, right, as someone who's building the Plooshies alongside, the rest of the team, I think it speaks pretty well. Like when community members are just going to other Discords and trying to onboard people, like helping them. I'm not talking about floor press or anything, but the stuff that we're building, right? So shout out to them. And yeah, quickly, like we wanted to do something kind of fun, right? Like it's been done before. It's not like innovative or anything, but we wanted to introduce a social fight platform where pretty much people will get an opportunity to get a free NFT on Abstract, right? Which will be pivotal for Plooshy Island, whether that be the houses or the apartments. So there will be different seasons, right? The first one we are focusing on pretty much people creating content on X, talking about the Plooshies and blah, blah, blah. And they will get points in this social fight platform when they're mentioning the Plooshies or quote posts, etc. And yeah, we have this, social fight platform where they can see the leaderboard. It's been going for the past 2 weeks. I think we have 2 more weeks for that. And people, the community has a bunch of info related to what we've been building. So one of the things that we wanted to do is like, well, we might as well reward the community somehow. The core community members who've been vocal about the Plooshies, and now they will get the opportunity to either get a house on Plooshy Island or an apartment on Plooshy Island. And obviously, because the game mechanic is one of the game mechanics is that you need to kind of own one of these real estate, whether that be the house or the apartment, because the Plooshy will have needs, right? Because the game resembles Sims plus Animal Crossing. So your Plooshy will need to sleep to regain health and go on activities and quests and play games, etc. So you will need to have an apartment so your Plooshy can sleep, right? And the houses as well, right? The sizes will be different. Obviously, within the houses, you can purchase, more stuff in the marketplace that you can add to your place, right? Again, apartment or house. But these houses, they're a bit more special. Even the quantity of the houses on Plooshy Island is relatively small compared to the apartments, because these houses, they will have crystals underneath their houses. And essentially what it means, though, is that if you own a house, right, which you can win in these social fight quests, right, in these houses, if you have crystals underneath, then as a Plooshy, you will have to go to the marketplace, purchase some pickaxes, right, that they eventually break. There's different rarities to these pickaxes for you to be able to mine those crystals. And then if you get these crystals, then you'll have different things to do with them, right? One of them being you can resell those crystals for Plooshy points, which is the off-chain token on Plooshy Island that you will need to purchase and do a bunch of stuff on Plooshy Island. Or you can ultimately convert that to the upcoming token Cuddle. But the really cool stuff as well is that in this game, if you own a Plooshy and you are soft staking your Plooshy, meaning if you're not listing your Plooshy and you already connected your wallet to our soft staking platform, you are yielding daily Plooshy points. But then when you go to this platform and then you see your Plooshies and how much PP you have, there's a specific multiplier there that this multiplier will be very important, because when you're mining those crystals, you're pretty much leveling up your plushie, right? So you will be able to level up your plushie because it's a game, right? And when you level up your plushie, that multiplier will increase. So there's a bunch of different multipliers depending if you hold your NFT and you're not listing them, depending on rarity, how long you've been holding these plushies. But we're also adding, this mechanic where if you're mining your crystals and you choose to level up your plushie, you will get an extra multiplier. So yeah, you guys, if you guys been interacting with the social platform, it's very simple. Like you guys have seen this done before. So just connect your X account or wallet, and then you can start creating content, and you see the leaderboard. You can follow up your fellow community members, people who have been posting about the plushies, and yeah, that's what we've been doing. And yeah, people have been very vocal. I've seen a bunch of different posts. I mean, obviously some of them are very, very good, some of them are okay-ish, but it's just the way it is, right? But yeah, it's been fun. Like, I love to see a bunch of content related to the plushies, whether that be threads or even they are creating some custom artwork too. It's cool. It's very, very, very cool.
You had mentioned Sims, and growing up, Sims was one of my favorite games to play. I loved building the houses and putting people in the houses and all those other different things. So cool to see that you guys were thinking about some kind of like making it like Sims, where they got to live and they got to do things, right? They have needs.
Correct.
You got to feed them. They got to shower, things like that.
yes. Yeah, it's something that, for instance, Penelope, right? He goes by Penelope. He's also one of those avid gamers that played a lot of Animal Crossings and Sims, and he's one of the co-founders. So he really wanted to bring something like that with the plushie IP that he brought to the space, right? So yeah, like when we were having a bunch of discussions with the game dev team and himself and myself and gaming development, like they were building the game, we were giving our input, ideas, and how we wanted to see the gaming loop, mechanics, etc. This is something that excited us a lot, right? Because it's a multiplayer game. It's not like you're gonna be on your own playing on Plushie Island. Like there's gonna be multiple people there, a little bit like Pudgy Wall has been doing it, right? Like you're gonna see your friends there and you're gonna be able to recognize who's a plushie holder and who's not a plushie holder, because this is going to be open for everyone, not just for plushie holders. But if you don't, I mean, obviously the plushies will get more perks within the game, but if you're a guest, you're going to be able to see like the generic plushies, quote unquote. It's just naked plushies without traits, and you're going to see guests in their names. But then you can go there, have your plushies at your place, have fun with your friends, chat with them, voice chat too. It's just essentially, the idea of being this community hub for everyone, where you can also see other IPs in the game, including the Pudgy Penguins, right? So yeah, pretty cool. Like we're very excited, and yeah, we're just getting very, very close to finally releasing Plushie Island after building that game for so long. So yeah.
I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I'm sitting here, I'm watching him Cole build the Ferris wheel. And I know in one of the abstract blogs towards the end, I think it was the What Is blog or What Is Abstract blog, where Luca had likened abstract to crypto's amusement park. And so cool to see the Ferris wheel and roller coaster art going on. Just kind of like something I was thinking about while I'm sitting here watching.
Yeah, dude. So, Cole, you're going to be bringing plushies, Pudgy Penguins, and Sappy Seals, right? So do you know which ones are you planning to bring? Like, because, I mean, there's pretty recognizable plushie holders, penguin holders, and Sappy Seals holders as well. That to the community.
I don't know. Yeah, we can leave it to the floor, I guess. I don't have too many penguin models, but I have all of the seal stuff pretty much done.
Okay. I mean, you can pretty much. I suppose you can bring WAP to the Ferris wheel, Victor and Luca as well.
Yep.
How many penguins do you have? Or who are they? Of course, you can bring yourself, obviously.
Yeah. I have myself, Victor, Luca, and someone has a Pudgy Man. I have a Pudgy Man model. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Alex.
Oh yeah.
I love that guy. Alex is a good dude.
Oh, such a good designer. Yep.
And I have another one as well, like with a biker helmet.
With the biker helmet, okay.
Yeah.
Were we ever able to find those YouTube links?
Righto, yeah. Can you send me those links so I can post them? Or you can just post them in the, whether that be the live comment section or just in.
Yeah, I wanted to send the Discord link as well, because Discord you could get all of the official links.
Yeah.
Whether it be the blog or the the bridge. So anyone who's listening who wants to kind of start going in and checking out, learning a little bit more about Abstract, you could do so. You get grab the invite link.
So when did you guys open that Discord? How long has it been?
Oh man, some people were in before I was. I know it was.
Okay.
They had put a tweet out, and mentioning it, and it wasn't open for a couple of weeks or so. But I think I maybe joined. Let's see, I could find out when I joined. I joined the Discord on. Maybe it's not showing me because on June 29th I had joined.
Okay.
So it might have been open for a little while before that. But yeah, I got in on June 29th. Let me try to get you over this link.
Oh, I joined a week after July.
Nice.
Early July. Yep.
Bear with me as I'm trying to find. I got the link. I'm trying to send it over to recent stream link there. Can I just send it to you in our Telegram chat?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm on the stream on my phone, but I got the link on my computer, and I don't want to join the link again. But so that way, anyone who's interested could go hop in the Discord, start making friends, but do a little bit of reading around, and hopefully get up to speed with what Abstract is and what we're trying to build.
Okay, I just posted in the comments.
Oh, I see Jello in the. I think I just figured out how to bring up the chat. Hi, Jello.
Hello.
I see Snag in here. Yeah, Dilly's in here. Cool, very cool. Hi, everyone.
Shout out to Snag, by the way. He sniped some more plooshies today.
Nice.
Yep. I'm telling you, the penguins, they really like the plooshies.
It's I think it kind of goes back to the there's a thing going around when penguins first came out about the cute investment thesis.
Yeah.
There was a couple of cute projects at that time, and I'm biased, but I'm going to say the penguins are probably the cutest.
Dude, they looked cute at 0.05, at 0.1, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10.
Yeah, it's so
cute, right?
There's a popular meme in the community, and it's the same NFT at different prices.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know who created it, but we've used that meme as well, and I've seen other communities using that meme. I don't know who came up with that one, but it's really good.
Yeah, hey,
so true.
memes were made to be stolen and redistributed. So thank you to whoever did create it, but it's everyone's now.
Yes, shout out to whoever created that meme, because it's a good one. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good one. So when did you meet Cole, for instance? Right.
That's a good question. I want to say, I mean, it's got to be a long time ago. I've been in that meme chat for quite some time. I don't really know when I met Cole. It's like it's been a long 3 or 4 years. Like I think I'm a 1,000-day penguin now.
You're getting the soulbound token for the 1,000?
Yeah, I saw it in my wallet this morning, and I got really excited.
Nice.
But maybe Cole, do you remember how we first met?
Probably in the Discord.
Yeah, I gotta say, there's been so many kind of people coming and going, and I know that meme chat is where I hang out mostly, and I'll see some of the Cole stuff in there. So I'm gonna go with meme chat.
Yeah, I've been a penguin for like 800 maybe now days.
Wow. I mean, you were kind of close to the 1,000 days.
I'll be there soon. Luca gave me my first little pudgy.
Did he really?
I took over, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a really cute one from Luca, yeah. You know, this is a question for Victor as well, because he should have the 1,000 days soulbound token. I don't even know if he's aware of that. Yeah.
He might not be, but if he's, we should remind him so he goes and takes a look. Like I know, people move wallets around and stuff.
Yeah.
So like for the sake of safety, I had to, I move my penguins out of certain wallets and move them around. So there was a form that I had to fill out, where, because like I guess when they originally looked at it, they're just going off the blockchain, and they, whatever wallet is 1,000 days or better, they got included, but me and plenty of other people where it's like, you moved wallets. So maybe that original, like the new wallet I'm in doesn't show 1,000 days, but that doesn't mean I haven't been here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
and I'm pretty sure a lot of people did that though, especially when the floor price increases and you just want to be safer, right? You're just gonna move that to you.
Yeah. Well, we got Bo, who is the lead security guy.
Shout out to Bo, by the way. Yeah.
And he's constantly pounding the table about wallet safety and best practices. So I kind of just do what Bo tells me. I don't think I think he's got a lot better idea on security than I do. But if I listen to what he says, I should be safe.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Which I think we might with being with Abstract as well, right? Like it's a blockchain, and there's gonna be a lot of different things going on. So I think we might we have some commands in Discord to help people stay safe, but we might be ramping up some efforts to kind of help people learn about wallet security and things like that. Especially because we do have some crypto native folks, but we also got some people who aren't so crypto native. And
how many people would you say are kind of crypto native and the ones who are not that into blockchain tech or crypto NFTs that are in your Discord, right?
Ratio wise, I'm not sure, but I think we have like 17,000 people in the Discord.
Wow. Okay.
Which I don't really know where to find that exact number. But if I maybe one of the other mods would know better. But there's a good amount of penguins in there. There's a good amount of, I think we had a bunch of Plooshies come in. and the seals,
And the seals, yeah.
Some people I noticed from other collections that might not necessarily have been invited in, but have heard of Abstract. But it's certainly growing. It's certainly growing. There's a lot of like international channels.
Okay.
Like I know there's.
Oh yeah, because sorry for interrupting you, but you were mentioning like it's been a while though, but you were mentioning that there's going to be someone putting content in Spanish as well related to Abstract.
Right. So that would be April pushing some.
Okay.
Some I think they're calling Latin, like Latin America.
Yeah.
There's also a couple of region-based sub-communities at this point. I'm pretty sure there's an Abstract Europe. There's an Abstract Thailand. There's an Abstract Latin America. So there's a couple of these sub-communities that have been popping up, and which I always think are cool, right? Especially the local, the region-based ones, where you get to go meet some of these people in real life and kind of deepen that connection. Friends that you're making. It's nice to chat with my friends online, but sitting there and sharing some food with someone is a whole different experience.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I think one of my first kind of like IRL experiences with like close friends in the space was last year when we did something in Munich for the Oktoberfest. And it was sort of like Pudgy Europe, right? Like a bunch of those guys, some of the Plooshies, right? And the Abasho community as well. So it's sort of like all of those together in one place. And it was so much fun. Like finally, like you said, right? Like it's fun hanging out with your friends online, but there's nothing like meeting them IRL.
Right.
And it was also the first time that I met Cole IRL.
Well, especially Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is a lot of fun in and of itself. I remember FOMOing that when I saw the the panels and stuff doing. I think Victor had put that together. They got like a table at Oktoberfest under the big tent.
He got the MVP prize for that. Because honestly, like putting all of that together, like I can't only imagine the fucking stress and putting it all together, like gathering a lot of people there and organizing this whole thing.
But something like that, would be considered Giga Chad behavior, right? Getting all your friends together and putting on a big event like that, So Victor's always been a Chad. I even watched him. He played in a soccer game in NFT NYC, and I was like, this guy does it all. He's like he's like a superhuman.
He's very good. He's really good. He's a goalkeeper. Even like where he lives, right? I think he trains kids as well. I don't know, like once a week or twice a week. He's good. He's very good.
You said are you a Dortmund fan?
I mean, kind of, but not really. Though, like I go for Arsenal, right? But today Dortmund is playing, and Victor goes for Dortmund.
Okay.
And last year when I went to last year when I went to Munich, and then I went to his place for a couple of weeks, we went to a Dortmund game. So that's where I bought the shirt. It's just honestly just to support Victor, but I do like them, right? Like if I wouldn't be supporting Arsenal, and besides they're in a different country, then I would definitely go for Dortmund. Like I really like that, and the stadium, holy shit, it's probably one of the best ones in Europe. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's very cool. I'm not a huge soccer fan. But whenever the World Cup comes on, I start to watch it.
I mean, the upcoming one is going to be in the US, right? So it's going to be US, Canada, and Mexico. So
I'm hoping that there's a stadium nearby that I could go to a game. I think that I think it's that's just a rare occurrence for it to be in your country and so close.
Yes, I know. But I'm definitely planning to go to some of those games for sure. So how are we going, Cole? Are you there? Oh, I think you left.
Oh yeah, my camera turned on.
For a moment there, I was thinking, because that Susie was saying, "Oh, what if I want to go to the toilet?" And I'm like, just turn off your camera and then you can leave. Like, I was like, "Oh shit, maybe he went to the toilet."
Maybe he just he quietly excused himself.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh. Do you know anyone who has been in Singapore or Asia for these events that have been going on?
Anyone from like the Plooshies community or
Plooshies.
I don't know from the Plooshies community, but I'm part of other communities too, and I mean, hosting events and the people. I think we have a lot of people that we follow, right? Like same like in common, and I've just seen all the stuff that's been going on there, and I'm like, holy shit! I wish I could have gone there. Like, it's kind of like that format, right? Like all these events, like obviously the abstract one, the Poach Penguins, the Azuki one. I think Jira-san was doing something, even with the redacted airways slide, and just a bunch of stuff.
A lot of cool content that came out, but I think my favorite was from the Vibes trading card game, which which will be building on Abstract.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of a cool thing where you have this physical real world product to be kind of integrated with the blockchain and being built on Abstract. They had a whole event where people were learning how to play the game, and you see the art on the cards, and I just I thought that was a really cool one. So I think I'm really excited for the trading card game and what the good people of OCAP Games are cooking up. I know they're going
to like Spencer is reading that, right? Yeah,
that's Spencer. He's a great penguin. He's a really great penguin. And I don't know exactly how it's integrated with the blockchain, but I do know that there was something on like a website to reserve your username for whatever like the online or the on-chain aspect of it is. So kind of there's a lot of cool things that are in the works that you get bits and pieces of, and I'm hoping to see these things kind of come to fruition here soon.
Do you have your own card?
I haven't gotten mine yet. I am in the game, which is a really cool feeling.
Nice.
I've never I don't think I've won so much as like a little raffle. So it's nice to be included in something like this. And I did see a peek. I did get a peek at my card on the timeline, and
look at that. That's
funny. And it was cool, but I was like, I kind of like closed my eyes. I was like, like I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it because I want to wait. I didn't want to spoil the surprise of opening the card pack. I grew up on Pokemon, like this is like a really cool experience. Like I miss, I remember going to the store and buying these, buying trading cards, and you come home after school and you rip them open and you're trying to find the holograms and the, cool ones. So 12-year-old me is very happy about this.
Reminiscing these good old days. 100%.
I did order one of the first edition boxes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They did like a pre-sale. I think it was on Colony. I think it's called Bezio now, Bezio, where you can buy one of these booster boxes on the secondary market, and I think it's got something like 120 packs of cards inside. Which I'm going to be ripping those things open like a kid on Christmas morning.
Right, because you were mentioning Colony, right? Like Colony XYZ. Is that Daxon's project? I think so, right?
I don't know much about Colony other than that is where, if you wanted to buy one of these booster boxes for the trading card game, you can. There's there's only so much stuff I can keep up with in crypto. I do my best, but there's a lot out there. And, generally I stick to Penguin stuff. So if I'm using something, it's probably because like there's penguins there. But yeah, excited for, that's just an example of something I think that's going to be fun and cool that I know is going to be building on Abstract, and I think that's kind of one of those, kind of like things with viral potentiality. It's kind of fun for everyone. You don't have to be into trading card games to understand or learn how to play this game. PP McGee and Mrs. PP McGee were at this, the event that they were throwing, and they taught you how to play. And I'm pretty sure Mrs. PP even beat PP in one of the games they played. So
no way.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. So it's cool to see products that are kind of available, not just available, but kind of like anyone can resonate with. I know a lot of crypto, you get the crypto bro joke a lot, right? So it's in order to reach out to the masses, girls are pretty big consumers, right? So to have products that resonate with the girls too is I think a fantastic feature.
Yeah, true, 100%. I'm so looking forward to that game, right? Because I'm not a lot into TCG, right? Like trading card games. But just knowing that a bunch of my friends, a bunch of these Plooshies Penguins, they have their own cards, and I can just bring that as well and bring that to my my friends and fam, and just have fun and do something with that, right? So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Very cool. It's pretty cool stuff, though, right?
Well, that's.
Do you know who created the art for the cards, though? Like, I don't know who created
so her name is Claire Altman.
Okay.
I think she's on Twitter under the name Claire. So it's like at CL and then a bunch of U's and then R. It might be 6 or 7 U's. I don't know. I followed her one day and I'm like, that's the artist.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yep. I found her. Yep.
She even posted I don't know if it was a press release I think it was probably more of a press release or like an article, kind of talking about the trading card game that got, the article was released right before the event they had, which probably give you a little bit more insight into the game other than, the fun parts that I'm yapping about.
Okay, I'm following her. Let's see.
That's she crushed it. She crushed it with the art. I mean, the art is absolutely amazing. That was kind of the first thing that drew my eyes to it. It's cool to be involved, but when you see the sneak peeks and you see the art come out, you're like, it's fascinating. It's really astonishing. So shout out to Claire for doing a great job with the art on there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. My goodness. I love to see that too, right? Like when you get to see, for instance, with the Plooshies Penguins and so many people creating, their own stuff with that and different art styles that you can bring to the Plooshies Penguins ecosystem. It's pretty cool. And you get to see certain styles, even though it's the same IP, but it's super cool.
Right.
And I get to see that, like, for instance, I know it's a bit different with 3D art, but I feel like now, because Cole has been in this space for quite a while, you can identify when he's done something, right? Like, with the Sappy series, like he's done stuff for them, and I think you can tell, oh, that's Cole. Like you have that signature that you can be like, oh yeah, that's definitely Cole. Like for instance, in 2D, like we all know Froggy, right? Like we all know his art. Same with Cinnamon. Like we just know they're the ones creating that. And I feel like with Claire, you can tell that if you ever see something related to that same art style, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that was her.
It's funny you say, because I'll be scrolling through the timeline sometimes, and I'll see the art before I, see who posted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that looks like Cole's art. And then like I'll like scroll up and it's like, oh, that's because Cole just posted it.
Yep. I agree.
But like you're saying, like you get to know the style of the creator. And I think Cole's he's got a unique one that when you see it, you're like, yeah, that's Cole.
Yep. Well, maybe one of these days he's gonna have to create something for you, whether that be your Pudgy Penguin, or like I was saying, right, like plushifying. So if you have your plushie, he can have your Pudgy Penguin traits.
Mm-hmm. So, like, what is an example of plushifying an NFT or plushifying something? Because like we've been chatifying like the characters in the announcement, which basically just we made the plushies muscular.
That was very cool though. Like that was so cool. Shout out to the community members who made it to that graphic. It's just pretty dope. Real quick, who made that, by the way?
The art?
Yeah.
I am not going to disclose the artist.
Oh, okay. Top secret, huh?
We love having them. We love having them, and they're fantastic. And
fair enough.
Yeah, that one I'm keeping in my back pocket.
Okay, cool. Because that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was very good. Oh, look, yeah, Cole's sharing his screen. So this was. So I mean, I guess you can kind of tell that this is a kid called Beast.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a plushie with those traits, right? We've done. I think the first one we created. Well, he created, right? It was Chobicon 80. I think that was the first one. So yeah, maybe Cole, you can share that.
You know what I really like about the plushies is
there we go.
Is their texture.
Yes. We have multiple textures and yeah, they're really cool. Yeah. And it's kind of cute, right? Like it's a big, it's a massive head, right? And tiny body and the arms and stuff. It's pretty recognizable now, and I like that. Like,
and they got cute faces and all these fun traits. Yeah, look at that.
That's cool.
So like a lot of the 3D stuff I'll see, like it'll be 3D, like I love the Clanosaurs, but like, they're cute, like, but they don't. I don't look at it and say, oh my god, that looks like a real dinosaur. Like this, I'm like, hey, that looks like a plushie, right? That looks like I can almost squeeze it, right? Just by looking at it, I can almost like feel it. Just kind of. Is this Harry Potter?
Yeah. That's
so cute.
Yep. Oh, you know what? You know who's this? You've met him. That's Rob.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any favorite plushie traits? Not like the rare ones, but like ones that you like.
I mean, obviously, I could be biased and say that the ice crown, right? Because that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
But the Your Pepin one, true, that was cool.
A little oviator action there, yeah.
Yeah, I do like those hoodies, for instance. I really like the cat and the frog hoodie. I think they're really cool. I like them a lot. Mm-hmm. Even if that's not my PFP, but I like them heaps. I also like the wizard hat. I think that's pretty cool. I really like it because it's huge, right? And it looks really cool on the plushies. I don't know. I guess I'd have to see the traits though. Let me check though.
I think my favorite animal out of the ones I've seen so far is the fox.
I think that's one of your favorites too, right? Cool. The fox. Yeah, I think I would have to go with the hoodies. Like, honestly, they're really cool. I mean, if you have a golden one, then even better, right? Yeah, and I think they're really cool.
I'm a hoodie enjoyer myself. I think I don't have all of the hoodies that the Penguins have come out with, but I got a good hoodie collection. and I basically wear them every day. It's my wardrobe is slowly becoming strictly Web3 clothes.
Dude, same.
Whether it's a T-shirt or a hat. Like I think I got a hat from the Van Eck intern. It's just like there's always like I got the Doodles. The Doodles did this cool. They partnered with Arizona. It's like the iced tea company.
Yeah. Yep.
So I got a pack of those Arizona iced teas. There's always cool products coming out in crypto, and it's kind of part of the fun of being here.
Yeah, true. And even better if you get them for free, right? Like if you go to these events and then you just get them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm checking the trades now, and I can tell you that one of the trades that look really good in the game, like the entire combo, is the sombrero and the poncho. They just look pretty cool in the game, and I like them too. Like the way they, yeah.
I think that's we got those traits over in the Penguins too.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like we got a lot of inspo from the Penguins, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot. And I kind of love it. I'm sitting here and I got a speaking of cool products, I've got the Pudgy puzzles in front of me, and that might be Cole's Penguin in here. I know he's got a scarf. Let me scroll down the comments. Yeah, that's him. The headband and the blue scarf. He's in this. I got this. The puzzle on my table is taking me like 3 weeks to put together. I'm not so good at puzzles. It's a pretty big one. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, but I'm sitting here looking at the box. And I'm like, wait a second, I know that penguin.
That's something that I really want to touch on though. But when you recognize someone's penguin, or in our case, someone's plushie, right? Like you're like, I've seen this guy. You can see that with even GIFs, right? Like with Giphy, which the penguins have been insanely successful with that. Like when you see a GIF, right? And if you know who the penguin, who's owning that penguin, you're like, oh, that's him or her or whatever. And same like you're mentioning with the puzzle, right? Like, yeah, that's cool.
Right.
But I think you really need to make it your own. Because I mean, there's a bunch of different penguins that perhaps they have GIFs, or they've been rotated, bought on sale or whatever.
Yeah. I think there's a really cool. I think there's a good opportunity for artistic creators at Abstract. Where if you're able to, if you're a little bit more artistically inclined and you're able to kind of either create GIFs or different like artworks. Content is cool when tweets are cool when they're just words, but the visuals are also very helpful. We got some good artists and good memers within the community, but if someone who's listening is looking for ideas and stuff to do, right, if you're artistically inclined, kind of just start creating, GIFs are popular, right? Like I've seen some of the Plooshies GIFs, right? When you guys came into the Discord that day, those GIFs were flying around, and they're like conversation enhancers, right? And it helps. I think they serve a lot of good purposes. So like another, just an idea on some a type of content that if you're looking to create and do things, like that's definitely something that I guess we're looking for over at Abstract.
Yeah, I mean, after all, it's something that can be quite relatable and it can go viral very easily, right?
Like being able to share stuff and, getting, like you said, content and distribution, right? I see GIFs on people's Instagram stories, people share them at work. So, if we can, we're trying to fire up, some good GIFs over at Abstract. So,
are you guys planning
don't be afraid? Yeah.
Are you guys planning to use more like, resources from the community, creating those GIFs or GIFs, however you want to call it, or are you planning to bring the same people who've been doing stuff for the Pudgy Penguins? Because I mean, the team bringing all those GIFs from the Pudgy Penguins ecosystem. They're just, I mean, they're literally letting us know, like, this is the benchmark, right? Like, you guys need to hit this to be able to get to where we are. I see myself as the Plooshies, right? Like, when I look at what you guys have done with the Pudgy Penguins, I'm like, holy shit, like, that's insane. And then obviously Luca told us a little bit about the secret sauce around that. I'm like, damn, like, we need that sauce as well. But are you gonna bring that as well to Abstract? Because it's different, right? Like, even coming up with the idea of Chats as the main kind of character, I suppose, which I think is funny, right? Like, I love it. It's fucking funny.
Well, so I think that's part of what makes Abstract great, is that it, albeit there's a lot of heavy Penguin influence, it's not like, if we look 6 to 9 months down the road and the only people using Abstract are Penguins, like, we failed miserably, right? Like, we're encouraging other people to come in and from these other communities and use their community and their culture and the things that they do, and share that influence here as well, right? Like, because that's the crypto culture. That's part of why we're inviting all of these great collections in, is because crypto culture and community is, although the Penguins are great, there's so much more to it. Like, what goes on with Seals or Plooshies or whatever other big name projects are out there. The things that you guys in one Discord that are cool, might be something different, might be cool and interactive in another, right? So really want to emphasize the point of it's not just Penguins, right? Like, this, we're only successful if we're able to incorporate these some of the culture and community from these crypto at large.
Yep. Especially from those who, I mean, they've been building for quite some time in this space and people recognize them, right? Like, I mean, it's pretty easy when you mention Sappy Seals and Wab and his team and what they're doing over there, Omnia, I think it's the name. Like, people now know that, right? And I think from our perspective, from our point of view, like, we're kind of like on the right track to get there, right? Like, getting that recognition, not only from the communities that have been supporting us for quite some time, like the Pudgy Penguins, even the Campay Pandas, Chobicorns, Bashos, etc., but getting that other exposure from communities that are like, oh, I like what they're doing. And I guess getting that seal of approval, like, there's a reason why we're going with Abstract and why Abstract is supporting us, right? And the whole ecosystem. So yeah, slowly but surely getting there. And I see there was one time that, for instance, one of our main characters being the Red Panda, right? Like, there's multiple collections with sort of like Red Panda traits, but not as the main character, I would say. So when they were bringing a new trait to their collection, which was a Red Panda, and then people immediately were saying like, oh, do you guys have some sort of collab with the Plooshies, right? And we're like, no. But I think it's cool that people are kind of associating like that Red Panda, like the really cute, which is Penelope, with the Plooshies brand.
Yeah. It means it's working.
For me, that was brand recognition from a completely different community. Perhaps some of them are holding Plooshies, and that's why they were saying that. But they quickly recognized them, and for me, that was sort of like the aha moment. Like, oh shit! Like, we're getting there. Like, we're getting recognized by other people, like other communities, and this was a big project, right? So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like I was trying to say. Like, I think that means it's working.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. So, Cole, where are we, sir? Are you there, Zara? Or not?
It looks like he's still moving around on there.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There we go. I'm sorry, dude. I think it's been like 20, 30 minutes, and I needed to click just one button to bring you in.
I just thought maybe he was really focused on creating there. They didn't want to interrupt him.
So you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yep.
Oh man.
Dude, the thing is, for literally like the past 20 to 30 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But yeah, now you're here. What can you tell us about?
Just doing some lighting.
It's green now. That looks cool, man.
Yes, gotta stay on brand.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
But yeah, I should really leave now probably. So maybe I'll finish this tonight or tomorrow. Okay,
maybe what we can do from the plushies. How many plushies are you planning to bring to the scene? I guess
let's do 3.
Okay, then we can ask the community. I guess first come, first serve to see if they want to be there, and then bring the penguins that you have and some of the sappy seals as well. I leave that up to you. But yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Oh, by the way, before we leave, Susie, do you want to mention something related to upcoming events with the Plooshies and Abstract?
Yes, I was just gonna try to plug this in there. So on Friday, we will be hosting a poker tournament.
Cool.
Sort of sponsored by the Plooshies, but
yes.
And we're going to be holding it on SoPo at 7 p.m. on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think the winner is going to get a really cool prize.
Yes. I can tell you guys, whoever gets to win that poker tournament, right? They will get a plushie. So they will be getting a plushie. We will be getting a plushie to top 1. So I'm assuming there will be a bunch of people. We've been playing poker for quite a while, right, with our community. So I'm hoping that one of them will at least make it to the top 3. But ideally, it should go to someone who wants to be part of our ecosystem and wants to get a plushie. So perhaps someone from Abstract. But yeah, guys, we'll release that info, whether that be today or tomorrow, so everyone can know that yes, we're having a poker tournament, the Plooshies and Abstract, and the prize is 1 plushie NFT. But yeah,
right. I just wanted to make a note that if you come into the Abstract Discord, even if you join today, you can. You'll find the event details for this, right? Like you don't have to be a plushie, you don't have to be a penguin just to play, So even if you're not in the community yet and you're just like, hey, you know what? I want to go win something. Let's go play some poker. It's kind of like an open tournament. So I hope to see some good competition. We had a couple of these tournaments so far, just kind of like in-house with the community. So I'm excited to see what the new Plooshy challengers and some other challengers come in and try to take. I know we got a couple good poker champs in there, so it should be good fun. Should be good fun.
Do you consider yourself good at poker, or?
I don't have the attention span for it. I usually I love the game of poker, but I cannot sit there for 4 hours playing. So I'll hop in and I'll play, and I could win some hands. I do a lot of bluffing. I wouldn't consider myself a good player. But
I guess now people know if they're gonna play against you. Now they're gonna know that you're bluffing. So
good, yeah. I think you guys should move forward with that because you'll probably knock me out pretty quickly. But cool. I do like poker. I always watched World Series of Poker growing up. It's just some guys are really good. These guys who play online poker and whatnot. Like they're I couldn't tell you what the strategy is. Like I barely know what cards which hands win over the others. But it's fun. It's social. You gamble. It's a little bit of a head game, right? It's fun trying to figure out what everybody else has and what's on the table. So, I don't know. It should be a good time, and I hope to see a bunch of people there.
Sir. Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I think we made it to 750 people watching this, so thank you for that. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Sarsi. And yeah, we'll see you on Friday. But also some of you guys, if you are part of our community, the Plooshies community, we play every Thursday. So this is going to be fun because we're going to be playing on Thursday, with our community and the Sealing community as well. And we're going to get ready for Friday. So yeah, thanks again, guys. And yeah, thank you for your time. And I'll catch you next time.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Cheers, guys. Yep. Thanks, mate.
Bye, guys.